That's for those that got hemorrhoids. All right, for the purpose of the flight, that's going to be the front, this will be the back. I can rotate the balloon around to take off and landing, and that way you guys aren't having to stare at my backside as I'm watching where we go.
You can rotate the balloon around.
Yeah, there's two vents in the side that open up and let air jet out either to the left or to the right.
Cool. It looks like one.
Now you remember we were talking about those red lines.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is one right here. Okay. And this is one over here. We stay away from those.
Right.
See that big circle at the very top?
Yeah, you would pull
You
it
gotta listen. There's Velcro tabs that I just opened that hold it in place for inflation. But that drops down inside the balloon and lets air escape through the top.
She says,
All right, take two.
Good morning, Jim. I'm clear. We got Posner, Boardwalk plugged in right now. We're just kind of easing our way down there. The left on the surface is shallow. The speed upstairs comes around to 23 and 167. Not quite enough for wallabies.
I was surprised at how quickly it heats. You know, it was filled with cool air with the fan.
Yep.
And then it started having lift almost immediately upon the heat going in.
That's that, you know, we're adding massive amounts of heat. The flame that is being shot out of there is about 15 to 20 feet tall. And so there's a lot of heat going in there at one time.
Yeah, it's effective.
Yeah, this is an orange grove, an active orange grove that we're over right now. And then just to the right, it's all just hay fields.
Those are our balloons ahead of us.
Yep.
Right?
Jeff's in the balloon with the multicolor top and the black bottom. And then Doug's in the other one with the big squares.
Just about straight south.
Not quite straight, but pretty
well,
close to
that's
straight
east.
south. Yep.
Yeah, because the sun's in the east.
There's another balloon way over there. That started quite a ways away.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Orlando has lots of blank areas.
We get that a lot with the tourists that come in. They drive around and that's all they see is buildings and hotels, restaurants, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you get out here and you go, wow, there's a lot of open land. Yep. I apologize. I don't mean to cut you off. Every once in a while I'll need to add heat. We might be talking, having a conversation.
It was on the paperwork.
Yeah. Now, if you're rattling on and on and on, and I keep doing this kind of thing, you might.
Do you have an altimeter?
I do.
That's it?
Yeah, it's. I got to turn to the right page though.
We're about what, 45 feet?
196 feet above sea level.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah, only
sea
about
level.
50 feet here.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, they're pretty darn low over there.
Yeah, they're staying low because the left-hand turn that we had to begin with isn't as good as it was when we let those balloons go.
Oh.
And that's why that one guy's over by himself. He's in a better spot.
Oh.
Because as you go up, it goes right. Well, we got a lot of swamp off to the right here.
Oh, okay.
So they're hugging the deck, trying to stay left for right now. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to play on some of the, the swampy areas over here.
I guess it's helpful to be able to watch them as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a lot on the trees too.
Now you guys are more than welcome to sit or stand, whichever you choose. So don't feel that you have to sit. If you want to stand up, you're more than welcome to. he's in the way, just you know, move him out of that. I was gonna say push him, but that wouldn't be a good thing.
This is his birthday gift.
Wonderful.
From our daughter and son-in-law.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
When was it, or is it?
Today.
Today, actually today. That's
Actually
fantastic.
Tuesday. It was a total surprise.
It was.
That his birthday was today?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
that too. You know, that kind of
You know,
happens
the older we
after
get,
a while.
the easier we forget things. There was a picture my dad showed me from Facebook the day before yesterday, and it says the older we get, the more we forget things. And it's an elderly couple on bicycles, nude. All right, at any time during the flight, if you have any concerns, don't hesitate to say something
Well, my
to me.
concern is the trees coming.
Oh, these trees, yeah. The neat thing, the neat thing about the balloon is there's about a 12 to 20 second delay from when you add the heat until it starts to react. And yeah, so I just added a bunch of heat, started talking, and all of a sudden the balloon goes up. It's not actually me. C2 to chase the loud and clear. Yeah, head on down 27, just targeting the Posner Park currently.
Yeah. Do you always fly this particular balloon?
No, I fly them all. I do fly this one a lot, but you know, we rotate through all the balloons.
The extra pointy skirt on the balloon
Next to us?
All right. That's just for the looks, right?
Well, different manufacturer, different design. That is what they call a pressure scoop. It actually helps to force the air into the balloon when you're inflating it or handling it on the ground.
Yes, sir.
You know, versus a skirt which you have to hold up out of the way.
Okay.
No, I didn't find enough right turn upstairs. All right, check it when you get home. All right. Do you have it?
There are gators down here. We probably won't see any today because it's too cold. They're going to be down in their nests trying to keep warm.
How about you, Jeff? Yeah, go. I was just checking that out. Your radio was breaking up a little bit when you were talking, so continue on. Yeah, I'm way down in the swamp skewer. I'm down low.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you around pause.
Yeah, low is an understatement. Yeah, well, like this tree right here.
Can we take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit.
Lily pad. Lily pad.
Yeah.
In the summertime, we do what we call splash and dash. That's where we actually skim the water and take off again. It's a little too cold to do that on a day like today.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
That's a dredge operation. They've been dragging out clay out of there for a while.
So it's either going to be more theme park or a housing complex.
Thinking more Posner or Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they are. So whenever you are over trees or then a noticeable difference?
Not in the morning. Middle of the day it will.
Okay.
Because the asphalt's going to reflect
Right.
that heat where the trees will absorb it.
So you can actually feel that whenever you're,
Yeah,
or I mean, as the operator going, okay, I can, you know.
Yep. The ultralights and hang gliders, or the sailplanes and hang gliders, they look for that kind of stuff for lift during the middle of the day. They're trying to
Okay.
find thermals to get them, keep them up in the air. Where a balloon, we're part of the air mass, so we're floating along, and all of a sudden it can pick us up and throw us back down again. So that's why early morning is our friend for flying.
Oh, you mean you could actually be going along and then just hit a different temperature and kind of drop, I mean, not
Yeah,
drop immediately.
if you think of it this way, it's the asphalt will reflect the heat, so it'll create a column of air rising, and then the trees will create a column of air falling. It's like a fountain, and if you hit that fountain in a balloon, in an airplane, it's a turbulence you bounce through.
Yeah.
With us, it'll pick us up and throw us down, so it's not too fun because you lose that stable control. In the middle of the day is when they get real, real heavy with thermals. I had one day. I used to fly for AC Delco with General Motors, and I was at the NASCAR races, which were at noon back in the day. And my job was to fly over the track and get exposure
With a balloon?
With a balloon, and said AC Delco on the sides. And I had one day. I was coming into a hayfield. Over woods, and then come to a hayfield, and I get down, I'm 50 feet above the ground, I'm going in for a nice easy landing, and all of a sudden the thermal picked me up. And it took me from 50 feet in the air to 3,500 feet in the air within a matter of a couple of minutes, and I was spinning the whole way up because the column of air was like a tornado.
Yeah, this is going to be something with lakes, of course, because they dredge it with splitting it up. So you'll have, and given that there's a road right here, I think it's probably more like housing or something.
Well, this is a road that goes a long way to through nothing. It goes through the swamps. There's a big area of swamp out here. It's about 8 miles across. There are some cattle ranches out in there in some of the higher areas, but a good majority of it's wetland. But this will go over to Highway 33. And Highway 33, you can see some smoke over there.
Yeah.
That's where Highway 33 is. Right out in that direction.
There's a housing development though right behind. I didn't see that. So.
Yep, some more orange groves, yep.
Maybe a tangerine.
Oh, there's not really
Pack,
animals.
there you go.
But yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, Jason, it's tight Cracker Barrel. That is probably going to be our best target.
Hey Pat, what was the best right that you had?
I'll be on Cracker Barrel. At 900, I had 160. Around 700, I was about 168, 169.
I like the question, will we fly over Disney World, that was on your website. You know, I guess you get that all the time.
Yep. Well, and that's everybody wants to fly over Disney and see Disney from the air, and it's pretty neat to see from the air. Although they've got a no-fly zone ever since 2001.
Right. Oh yeah. Actually, I thought they had it before that even.
No, they got it. They went to Congress after the Twin Towers were bombed, and they wanted, to protect it. Of course, the Capitol and the Pentagon is in the nation's strictest no-fly zone, and they got it. So really nothing out here to stop anybody. But it gives them that warm, fuzzy feeling.
So
Got a no-fly zone.
What about, I mean, but you're in a balloon. You could not really not go over if that's where the, you know,
Correct, but we could take off up when we used to fly over Disney all the time, and what it boiled down to is Disney wanted to control their airspace. They once they get you on their property, they want to keep you on their property. They don't want you going spending money anywhere else. And so they, you know, they want to stop the banner towers that are advertising for somebody else.
Okay.
They want to stop the blimps. They want to stop the helicopters. You know, they wanted to stop everything. And they actually petitioned the FAA when they first built Disney. They have an airstrip there, and they petitioned the FAA back then to let them build a control tower and control their airspace. And the FAA basically said, well, you have no real reason to control your airspace. You don't have enough traffic coming and going. It doesn't warrant a control tower. And so 9/11 comes along, and you know, and obviously Disney would be a big target if the terrorists wanted to hit Disney.
Yeah.
It would be a major effect. So they bypassed the FAA and went straight to Congress and said, hey, we're a target, we need a no-fly zone. So they gave them a TFR, temporary flight restriction. Well, it's been temporary ever since 2001, so I don't know what time it becomes permanent. But there's nobody out here to stop you. Right after 9/11, there was a kid in Tampa that stole a small plane from a flight school, and he flew it into a building. He flew right over the Air Force Base, and they were unable to stop him.
Yeah, I remember the kid.
Did he do that on purpose? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was protesting, and you know, he was trying to make a name for himself, I guess.
Well, the idiot who ran into a building, if that's the name.
There they
you're
are,
looking for.
flying over the plane, Sancho plane.
Yeah, he got a memorial in his name. It's called a headstone.
Well, yeah. Yeah, this is not good landing area here.
No.
Yeah, this is the point where I collect your money for the flight. You can either pay me now or I let you out.
Yeah, these are.
Yep.
This is all Cypress. There's quite a lot of it right here at least.
Tom, as you go up, let me know when it starts going back left and how much left above there is.
Now, I haven't noticed you steering, but I haven't been paying that much attention. Has it just generally been pointing the same way, or have you been?
Every once in a while I'll pull a little bit. It's not really steering, it's just rotating.
Okay, right, well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean by steering.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much of a pull. I mean, just a little bit of a pull, and all of a sudden you can see we're starting to turn.
Yeah. Wow, all right. That would help with landing too.
Yeah, because we want to have this as our downside, our landing side. This way the men are on top. Oh, wait a minute. Just kidding.
It works. That works. The jokes are bad, so you know, that works.
There was a warning in that paperwork.
Business been good?
You know, it's like anything else. It's got its ups and downs. We're in our down season right now.
Well, what is your best season? Summer, I guess?
Summertime, yeah.
Oh.
We get more flyable days and more tourists in the summertime than we do the winter.
Oh. Even with snowbirds coming down, they don't. Oh, I guess not. I guess they just go to Disney. Because they don't know that there are other things in Florida.
This is so cool.
field adjacent to
Yeah, that's what I was
Cracker
going to say. There must be a large field there.
171 at 18 up here. I need 163 for my location.
See a reflection
Oh.
in the water of the brain.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah, cool. What is it?
It's a reflection in the water.
right underneath
Oh,
it.
It's really hard to not drop the phone.
yeah, you don't have to phone.
Why don't
Use a
you two
little
get together
lanyard on it.
sometime?
Yeah, hey, pretend we like each other.
Pretend you like each other. Can't really get anything else.
Oh, that's kind of cool.